Senator Jerry Moran is an extraordinary role model. He represents his party while reaching across the aisle, and he represents the great state of Kansas while taking on key issues affecting all Americans. Senator Moran was elected to the Senate in 2010, and in 2012 was unanimously elected as the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee. He served Kansans in the Big First Congressional District for 7 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives, as well as 8 years in the Kansas State Senate. Prior to his election to public office, Moran received his Juris Doctorate of Law from the University of Kansas. During his diverse and impressive career in banking and law, he developed a keen passion for his community, family, politics, and fairness. Today, Senator Moran is an active member of the Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee and the Senate Small Business Committee. He's a longtime supporter of strengthening the economy, creating jobs, fostering small businesses, and opening up foreign markets to U.S. exports. Senator Moran also spends a great deal of time and energy addressing the challenges facing our nation's veterans, senior community, and people with disabilities. As ranking member of the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee that funds the NIH, the National Institute of Health, Senator Moran is a staunch advocate for increased funding for research that improves healthcare outcomes. A key NIH focus is prioritizing and increasing research funds for Alzheimer's disease, which will affect an estimated 50% of all Americans in the next 2 decades. He recently attracted the congressional testimony of actor and comedian Seth Rogen to support this effort. Senator Moran is a longtime champion for the differently abled. He's been a friend to the Special Olympics, the National Down Syndrome Society, the National Down Syndrome Congress, and the Kansas City Down Syndrome Association. Senator Moran is also an important and beloved supporter of the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. His work in healthcare, part of Global's mission, will certainly improve the lives of thousands of people with Down syndrome.
Thank you for working on new ways to fix our faulty hearts, our bad hips, and our poor vision. Thank you for helping to find new ways for us to learn and live and work, along with everyone else in our communities.
Beyond being a proponent for the human and civil rights of the differently abled, he's a tireless advocate for the groundbreaking research at the Cernick Institute for Down Syndrome, the institute that Global Down Syndrome Foundation supports. The Cernick Institute's Dr. Huntington Potter is the internationally renowned scientist who discovered the mechanistic relationship between Alzheimer's disease and Down syndrome.
We've recently discovered that every person with Alzheimer's disease develops cells in their brain and the rest of their body that look like cells from a person with Down syndrome.
So many people don't recognize how much progress we've made and how rapidly progress is happening. And this is something where, these investments have tremendous returns.
The Global Down Syndrome Foundation and the Alzheimer's Association are joining forces to help both our populations through scientific discovery.
Right now, we have new technologies that will enable us to study Down syndrome in ways that we couldn't possibly have even imagined a few years ago.
Greater funding for the NIH and from the NIH is life-changing for people with Down syndrome. It's critical to help identify why people with Down syndrome are so prone to certain diseases and protected against others, and what treatments work for this special population. Recently, Senator Moran asked the NIH director, Dr. Francis Collins, to help people with Down syndrome and Alzheimer's disease.
Let me ask about a particular set of people that we care greatly about. Scientists have discovered that people with Down syndrome are at an increased risk for developing Alzheimer's disease, yet only about half of those people who have Down syndrome ever develop dementia. And so my question is NIH exploring the question of why 50% have a different outcome, a different result than the other 50%?
There is intense interest in this, and I would predict, based on that workshop, that in the course of the next year or two, there will be, in fact, new initiatives focused on that very special population to see what we can learn and see how we can help.
For supporting the human and civil rights of the differently abled, for advocating for increased research and improved medical outcomes for all Americans, and for highlighting the need for research benefiting people with Down syndrome and Alzheimer's disease. The Global Down Syndrome Foundation is proud to present Senator Jerry Moran with the 2014 Quincy Jones Exceptional Advocacy Award.